Well, my girls stopped laying. My girls stopped laying. Let me tell you why. You may run into it. If you hadn't, you will. Well, if you've raised chickens for any length of time, you know that a couple of times a year they molt, which means they lose their feathers and grow new feathers. They usually do it for the winter, so that's why they're doing it right now, because it's the time I'm filming this is mid-October, and they are in the process of losing their feathers. Some of them look like some of the Dominicers, the black and white checked, look like they've pretty much got all their feathers back, but the rest of them look pretty rough. And when they start molting, if you've raised chickens, again, you'll understand this. When they start molting, they stop laying. They're putting all their energy into growing feathers, which feathers like hair is probably almost all protein. So they don't need to produce protein in the form of an egg. They need to produce protein in the form of a feather. So they're busy covering themselves up with feathers for the winter. Now I meant to come out here about two or 3 days ago. He had one he had one feather, and I mean one mangy feather sticking out his behind, about 6 or 8 inches long. Right now he doesn't shed that one. So I don't know that I've ever seen a rooster shed their feathers and look kind of mangy and skanky, but he sure does. And the rest of them, especially the red ones, you can see there's splotches, and even on even on some of the Dominicers, the black and white ones, there's some splotches. They're not all grown out yet. I'm getting about 2 eggs a day, and it could be that those 2 right there have already finished their molt and are laying. I don't know which ones are laying, but I'm getting about 2 eggs a day, where I was getting 7 or 8, sometimes 9, sometimes 10 out of 10 hens. So, but anyway, if you've raised chickens for very long, or for many years or whatever, you know that there's a couple of times a year, and I think it's spring going into the summer, and then fall going into the winter, they will molt. They will shed their feathers, and they look terrible. And you're going to say, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my chickens? Because they do look skanky. And they'll stop laying, and you're going to think, oh my gosh, they're sick. Oh no, what am I going to do? Well, they're not sick. It's just nature. They got to grow some feathers. I just threw them some scratch, let them scratch around in here so I can video them, and I throw them scratch every day. They like it. I don't leave it out for them free choice, because I don't want them eating near as much of that as I do their lay pellets, because then they won't lay many eggs. Scratch didn't have the protein in it and the calcium and the other things in it that the lay pellets have in it, or lay crumbles, whichever you choose to feed. But it's got to be a lay of 16 or higher % protein laying mash or laying pellet. I like the pellets. They don't seem to scatter them as much. But anyway, mainly just wanted to educate you, if you don't already know this. Most of you probably do, that twice a year, I think most chickens twice a year, I don't really know, but they will shed their feathers and look real skanky. Look at his behind. Look like a baboon, doesn't he? But he had one feather. I mean, it was sticking out. It was sticking out 6 or 8 inches. Just one feather coming out of behind, like this, a couple of days ago, and that's when I was going to make that's when I meant to make the video, and didn't happen. Now you can see he's already got feathers growing. See those right there on the back, those long ones? Those will grow to be real long feathers, and as a rooster, he will look good in, I don't know, a couple of weeks maybe. And but right now they just don't look so good. And they've stopped laying for me. But I know why, and I'm not mad at them. They got to do what they got to do. Chicken's gonna be chicken. Chicken got a chicken, right? All right, just thought I'd share that with you, and maybe you've got a story about yours molting, and maybe yours are, maybe there's a breed or two that don't do this. I don't know. Educate me if there is, and leave it in the comment section. But anyway, how are you chickens doing? Are they molting yet? And are you still getting plenty of eggs? Let me know. All right, we're gone.